But tell me, just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. We want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
Welcome to another shit show on the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Dirty and Tank. Yeah, I started that shit. We're rolling. Yeah. I can always edit.
Right. You gotta edit some of this out.
Well, no, I still hold on to it because I got that compilation reel coming up.
Where are
All our fuck ups. And there's many of them, that's for sure. I do have an episode that I'm not allowed to touch. Unless you want to see yourself again. No? No. I don't blame you there, man. We were new.
I'm gonna start an international war.
Speaking of international conflicts, like I said, I was watching one of the greatest military movies made of all time, Stripes.
Practically a documentary.
Practically a documentary. And I'm thinking Bill Murray's got one of the best speeches ever, when you think about it. Okay, he's getting Ox, right? John Candy's character, and he's getting them all psyched up to do the mud wrestling, which should be an Olympic sport. Male-female mud wrestling.
Yeah.
Or female-female run wrestling. Either way.
Either way.
But I guess he's getting ready to go, and he's like, and it's the same pep talk we should be giving this a lot of these people in America right now. You're different. You're weird. You're a mutant.
Yeah.
You're a killer. You're a trained killer. You're a killer.
Get him.
You're a lean, mean, fight a machine. All right, I'll do it.
Exactly.
But I don't see that happening in this country right now.
No. So. I know we started your campaign for president of the United States in 2024. However, if we could get Bill Murray to run for president, I think Bill Murray would make a pretty good president.
I'm all for Bill.
Yeah. I don't think he'd do it, though. He likes his freedom. He likes just to pop up in weird fucking places. It's like that whole Bill Murray sighting thing. Like, he'll just show up at, like, a college party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Google that.
Yeah, you gotta love him, though.
Hey, welcome to the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. We start out by not talking about biker shit because we're bored of it anyway, so.
Well, I
know. No. Well, that's just it, man. It's like, fuck, it's not the only thing we're into. It's not like we eat, breathe, and sleep fucking motorcycles 24/7. If it doesn't have two fucking wheels, I'm just not into it.
I'll tell you what, as many times as I've had my fucking bike up on a lift this year, you think I was intimate with it, for crying out loud.
I was actually talking to a buddy of mine. I don't know what people do with their time when they don't have things like motorcycles in their lives.
Yeah.
How do you not have a love-hate relationship with an inanimate object that sucks all your money away, but you can't not be without it?
Well, my bike truly is an extension of myself.
Yeah.
I thought about it. It's old. It's got questionable suspension. It snorts. It farts. It's got liquids that leak out of it every now and then.
Happens.
But if you can keep it torqued down and and keep the gaskets fresh, hey, she's going to be. She and me were both good for a little bit of a run,
Yeah.
So truly an extension of me.
And it still keeps going.
It still keeps going.
And you can fix it with a hammer.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen me work.
I mean, hey, there's been times, where you just got to smack it. I how to work. You got to float that stuck. Yeah, hit it with a hammer. Hit it with a rock. It'll free up.
Well,
juice will go back into the bowl.
You'll grab like a piece of wood, as a buffer.
Yeah. You don't want to scratch anything.
You don't want to scratch your chrome.
You don't want to scratch the chrome while you're smacking your carburetor trying to get the float to fucking work.
Well, I mean, you think about it too, like the internet, you go to these sites and some guy will get on there and ask some question, I've got this bike. What should I be running for a main jet and a
Yeah.
and a pilot jet for my slow jet for my bike? It's like, I don't know.
What do you have for an air cleaner?
What is it? What's your air cleaner? What's
Yeah.
your mufflers?
Yeah.
Like, where do you live? Is it Colorado? Are you in the mountains?
Yeah.
You know, are you in San Diego? You know what I mean?
Is it stock? How do you want to ride it? Do you want to pound the piss out of it? Do you just want to cruise down the highway? I mean,
Yeah.
And are you mechanically inclined enough to fucking know how to fuck with shit? Because you might just want to save yourself some fucking headache and find a reputable local mechanic who knows what the fuck he's doing.
Well, a lot of the stuff they build out there nowadays, I mean, that Milwaukee 8, you really would you really want to care into one?
I would, but I'm psycho like that.
You are, but there'd be a lot of special tools I bet you'd have to source.
I don't know. I've never cracked into one, but I've seen enough of. I had the honor of, after I got my heads worked on, I was in the guy's shop and he was working on a Milwaukee 8. He does a lot of crazy shit with Milwaukee 8s, and they're not that much different. They're real. Like, if you saw a stripped down like the bottom end of a Milwaukee 8 versus say a twin cam. I mean, besides the cam section.
I was going to say there's one cam in the Milwaukee 8 versus
Right.
2 in the twin cam.
Yeah, besides that setup, it's practically fucking identical. You know, you look at the fucking head design, and besides the fact that it's got more valves, I mean, the roller rocker or the rockers are pretty much the same concept. It's
Yeah,
just instead of pushing down one valve, it pushes down 2 valves.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all nuts and bolts at the end of the day. And as far as like sensors and whatnot, I mean, if you get the right software and the right computer, and you don't have to exactly be an electrical fucking engineer. I mean, I've met some of the Harley techs, and it's not like they're, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're dumb. I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, anybody can do anything if they want to. But if you're so fucking new that you're asking questions online about which jets do I put in because I have no idea, I don't know, man. Maybe unless you plan on fucking with it, because I guarantee you're going to make mistakes, you might just want to take it somewhere, have it done right. Otherwise, this is not going to be the first and last time you ask online.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for people working on their own shit. I think it's fucking important that you know how to work on your own shit. But
I agree.
But at the same token,
you still got to get on it and ride it.
You still have, yeah. If you're planning some big long trip and all of a sudden you decide, I want to make sure my jets are right, you might want to have a professional look at that, because the last place you want to be is 400 miles away from home, realizing that you didn't know what the fuck you were doing and you're fouling out plugs and yada, yada, yada.
Well, it's not like you get it right the first time, you know. There's like a whole step process to it.
Well,
and we're just talking jets. We haven't even talked about needles, you know, shimmings and needles. Oh my God.
But at the same time, if you're not running any kind of crazy setup, you got like a relatively, you know, popular air filter and a relatively popular fucking exhaust, you're not exactly creating fucking fire here.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's already done it. They probably already fucking can tell you, oh, put these jets in this CV carb or this SNS carb or this Mikuni carb or whatever setup you have. There's going to be, that information's out there.
Oh, yeah.
And as long as you know how to turn a wrench and you know what the fuck you're doing, should be okay.
You should be okay. But
you know what pisses me off, though?
What's that?
Fucking gear Nazis.
Gear Nazis.
Gear Nazis. The people that feel that it's all the gear all the time. And that shit drives me insane, because I think it almost discourages new riders. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you need a $700 fucking helmet.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you're just going to die if you hit a bug the wrong way. You know, shit drives me insane.
Well, we see them on the Facebook thingy there. They're like, which brand of heated gloves should I buy? Like, I don't know. I don't have fucking heated gloves.
I don't know, man.
I've been known to put those foot warmer packets inside my gloves.
Oh, those hand
warmers.
And
oh yeah,
shit,
for hunters.
Yeah,
they work good. You know.
Yeah, slam one of those in the palms of your hand.
Just don't put it against your skin. Try to have something between it.
Yeah. Try not to be a pussy. How about that? No, I mean it makes sense, but you know, a decent $100 fucking helmet is going to do just as much protecting as, say, a $300-400 shoey.
You brought up a very controversial subject, actually, because as much data as somebody can tell you that the helmet saved their life, There's a lot of data out there that I think a helmet probably caused somebody's neck to break a little more. It saves the head, but the neck gets a lot of wear and tear. You get a lot of drag too when you're flying along on the highway.
Yeah.
And that you got that helmet on, man. My neck fatigued when I would wear one.
Well, once again, I don't subscribe to the argument that a helmet won't save your life. Obviously, a helmet's going to protect you
Yes,
more than not wearing one.
that's not what I was saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And to that point, yes, a helmet will help you more than it will hurt you if you get into an accident. However, a helmet is not the end-all, be-all as far as survivability in a motorcycle crash. Me and you have recently been to 2 different funerals
Yeah.
for guys who have died on motorcycles, and a helmet wouldn't have saved them at all.
No.
You know, one guy died of a blood clot because of a pre-existing condition.
And the other guy died from a massive body contusion.
Yeah, he basically broke every bone in his, important bone in his body.
Yeah, big body hematoma.
So yeah, the helmet wouldn't have saved his life. Obviously, blood clot's a pre-existing medical condition. I mean, it's just one of those unfortunate fucking things that fucking happen.
I think sometimes people get lulled into a false sense of security too when they've got the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of think they're a little more indestructible. No, I've got my helmet on as they ride in shorts and flip flops and a t-shirt.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, if you want to ride around like an asshole, and you want to have your helmet on and your armored jacket and your fancy leather pants with the padded knees, and you got to have your fucking $500 fucking boots that are armored up and yada yada yada.
Harley
Yes.
socks. You got to have the Harley socks.
Well, no, I was talking about the crotch rocket guys.
Oh, jeez.
The sport bike guys, right? They got
Yeah.
their fucking armored gloves and they're armored, and they look like they're gonna ride in the fucking MotoGP and they're gonna fucking drag knees.
Yeah.
Yes, you are more protected than me in a vest and a t-shirt with no helmet going down the highway.
Yeah, the guy that looks like he's on his way to the Isle of Man for the time trials.
Right.
You know?
That's 100% true.
Which I would love to. It's on my bucket list. I really would love to go and check that out.
I would. It would be fucking amazing.
It really would.
I don't know if I want to stand next to
No.
the track.
I think I'd be in the grandstands back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm that hardcore of a fan of motorcycles
Yeah.
to stand, basically next to, the track, quote unquote, the street.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, in the sport bike riders, hey man, you ride what you want. That's fine. But you're right. That is a different breed.
Right. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, all that gear will help and save you in case shit happens. However, if you're going 100 plus down a fucking highway, lose it and hit a pole, you're fucked.
Yeah.
There's-
Any way you look
all
at
of
it.
that
Yeah.
shit will not help you. Yeah, the MotoGP guys that are fucking running around on a closed circuit racetrack, they don't have poles and trees and other shit to worry about. The Isle of Man, oh, absolutely. And that's why people die racing the fucking Isle of Man, because it's not a racetrack.
Yeah, the body's not a giant shock absorber that can
This
handle that
fucking
kind of
meat
impact.
vehicle that we're wearing, called our human body, is pretty fragile.
Yeah.
You hit something going 100 miles an hour with your torso, that fucking leather and plastic pad ain't gonna save shit.
I remember talking to a state trooper years ago, man. I had my KZ 650,
Mm-hmm.
and that was right about the time when the standard bike went over to that sport bike style.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what we call there? He said, we call them there. He said, greasy spot bikes.
No, yeah.
I said, greasy spot bike. He said, yep. He said, because that's all we got to do is just get a hose out there, some detergent, and wash it off. It's just a greasy spot.
Well, and it is. I mean, motorcycles are dangerous. Motorcycles they're fun. They're fucking exciting. Blah blah blah. But yeah, they are fucking dangerous. You can take steps to protect yourself, like a helmet, gloves, and a jacket, long pants, any sort of pants. But at the end of the fucking day, it's still fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
You're still gonna fucking get hurt if you go down. I mean, a helmet will protect your head right up until the point you hit something hard at, say, anything over 40 miles an hour. Then chances are you're gonna break your fucking neck. Now, is that gonna happen if you don't have on a helmet? Probably, yeah. It's that sudden impact. It's that stop. Okay? Will it stop
Yeah.
your head from getting split open? Sure will. Will it fucking probably break your neck? Probably will. Why? Because, I mean, our necks aren't exactly that strong to where we can take
Well-
a blast to a head really fucking hard and not have a sore. I mean, football players.
Yeah. Yes.
Look at football players. They get concussions. They get broken necks, broken collarbones. They get all, and they are padded up. And they are just basically, they're coming in contact with other players on the ground.
Well, it's like jumping off a 2-story building and landing on your side when you play that game. You know, I mean, your body's taking that type of impact. The pads help it, but you're right. I mean,
they get concussions.
You still got this area right here where
Yep.
the old noggin's connected up onto the shoulders that kind of tends to bounce around a little.
And yeah, if you want to wear a Hans device, you know, I think it's how you say that, Hans, but the thing that the NASCAR guys and the drag racing guys that keep your, you know, go right ahead. Go ride your motorcycle like that. I mean, but.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. If you're out there in traffic and you're in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, you're going down some 2-lane freaking road that's got fucking stoplights on it and shit. You're being an asshole out there. You're splitting lanes. You're going 70, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're stopping. You're starting. You're trying to pull endos. You're doing stupid shit and wheelies. What the fuck do you think's going to happen to you? You're increasing your odds. That's all.
Well, I mean,
yeah, you're able to do it, but something's going to happen.
Well, and your level of safety is also, it's anecdotal, you know? I mean, yeah, you could just fucking go down and slide and roll down the street. And if you're all geared up, you'll probably be fine. You might have some bruises, okay? You take the same mile an hour and you go down, and instead of just sliding on the ground, you hit a Jersey barrier wall, you know, one of those concrete dividers, you know? You smack one of them, you're going to get fucking hurt. And you're going to get hurt pretty goddamn bad.
Yeah, you're going to learn about torque.
I knew a guy back in the day, avid fucking sport bike rider, had all the fucking, you know, he had the, you know, the Icon armored up jacket, he had the fucking helmet, he had the gloves with all the, you know, the Kevlar or armor, you know, knuckles. I mean, dude looked like a professional sport bike rider. And there's a stretch of highway, and it's got some pretty nice banked corners. And it's got this guardrail that goes around the corners because many of people in the middle of the night, for whatever reason, they might miss that corner, and you know there's houses and other things. So he was out there, took it a little too hard, lost control, and smacked that guardrail. I think he lost about 2/3 of his intestines.
That would happen, yeah.
Because that guardrail damn near impaled him.
God damn.
And I mean, sure, could he have almost died because maybe the helmet, you know, hit something that would have knocked him out or what? I mean, I don't know. Who's to say? I'll say this, though. Still lost fucking 2/3 of his fucking intestines by hitting that fucking guardrail because he was going too damn fast.
So much for Mexican food for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I don't.
No Indian food, no curry.
I know, he had some medical issues, and he had problems. But, you know, so for new riders, I always tell them, wear a helmet. What helmet should you get? The one that fits your fucking head. How about that?
Yeah.
Is it going to be super duper comfortable? If it says DOT on it, and it's got some sort of foam, and I know the DOT ratings
they're pretty loose.
Yeah, they're very loose. But I'm gonna tell you right now, chances are it'll fucking protect your head if you go down.
It will more than not have.
Way better than nothing. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Everybody's you got to get a shoey, you got to get a whatever. Yeah, they're more comfortable. They look cool. They're more ergonomic maybe, but a fucking cheap ass $100 fucking helmet like an AGI or whatever, that'll work just as well in an accident. As far as, you know, what kind of jacket do you want? I mean, whatever fucking jacket you want. I mean, nobody's ever died of road rash. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it sucks, but nobody's ever died of fucking road rash. So get a motorcycle riding jacket, whether you want to get a leather one or what else is the what do you call the fancy Kevlar-y
stuff.
Yeah.
Denim, you know, you can stick denim works
nice
well.
Denim jacket.
Yeah, those canvas coats. Canvas wears very well.
Yeah. You know, something that's vented, you know, that way.
Well, vented.
Yeah, as long as it's, I mean, I'll tell you right now, back in the day, I used to have a black Icon, it was straight up like Supermoto, had all the padding and armor and shit.
Yeah.
And if you popped the liners out and opened up all the vents, you were cooler wearing that jacket on a 90-degree day than you were not wearing a jacket at all with just a t-shirt.
Well, that's very true. I mean, any guy who rides out in the desert will tell you that. You see those, they're not out there in a t-shirt or with their shirt off.
Right. Granted, in town, if you're, you know, a lot of sitting at red lights and shit, you're going to start getting warm. But if you're going down the highway, fucking A, that jacket, I mean, you popped open it was almost like you were sitting in air conditioning.
Yeah.
You know? So I would tell a new rider, man, get a decent jacket that you can afford. You don't have to spend a fucking fortune. You can get what is it, Speed and Strength? I think that's a cheap brand of jacket. I think you can get one for $100.
Little Leather Up. Leather Up's got everything you possibly need.
Exactly. As far as pants go, fucking jeans. Just get jeans. You don't need leather pants with the padding. I mean, it's not going to hurt, but it's just wear fucking jeans.
Yeah.
As far as boots, any boot that goes up over your ankle.
Anything that fits over your ankle.
Basically, any boot. You just want it to stay on your foot if you go down.
Yeah, exactly. Stay on your foot and protect you from the pavement.
Yeah.
Because that's where it really hurts.
Yeah. Like I went down on a bike and I had gym shoes on because, you know, young, dumb, full of whatever. And here we are going down, rip my boot off, or rip my shoe off. I meant gym shoe, fucking, I don't know, whatever kind of shoe, low top shoe. And yeah, my foot got pretty tore the fuck up because it got pinned underneath the motorcycle. The shoe went flying. My foot got ate up by the ground and whatever. Yeah. But recently went down not too long ago, had on these boots, foot's completely fine.
There you go.
Because it didn't come off. So any sort of over the ankle style shoe, laced up. I don't care if you have on Jordans. You can have on Jordans or Doc Martens or whatever fucking Walmart has in your size.
Yeah.
As long as it goes over the ankle and it's tight, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah. Gloves. Go to Ace Hardware. Get a pair of rawhide gloves.
Any sort of leathery glove.
Anything.
Anything.
Because you kind of want them if you go down. So the first instinct you have, of course, is to stop yourself with your hands, and you kind of need those on a daily basis. So having them protected without flesh, you know,
right. And those mechanic gloves are about fucking worthless if you get into an accident. Like it does not take long to tear up a mechanic glove.
Oh God,
the mechanics gloves that you see.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they're better than nothing, but they ain't saving shit if you go down hard.
Well, I don't like the feel of grips with my bare hand. I never have. That was good.
You like that?
Yeah, that was good.
Drop my cigar.
Just never have. Just always enjoyed the little bit of padding.
Yeah.
You know, I wear a half glove in the summertime, and so I get my dots, you know, from the opening, and then I've got, you know, full leather gloves, some lined and some, you know, that I wear in the fall and the winter. So, you know, I mean, and I don't give a fuck what I look like on the bike. I mean, most of the shit that I wear is just out of utility.
Here's what's funny. I used to, use your imagination here. So I'm a welder for a living.
My imagination is pretty fucked up,
right? I'm a welder for a living. So I am accustomed to riding with welding glove, like TIG welding gloves, like the lighter grade welding gloves.
Yeah.
And they only come up like just past your wrist.
Yeah.
Not the full on gauntlet, big heavy motherfuckers. But
I got those.
They're pretty much work gloves.
Yeah.
But you can do TIG welding or any sort of light welding with them. I won't tell you where I got them, but let's just say any sort of welding supply store has them. Relatively inexpensive, you know, maybe 15, 20 bucks, maybe. They seem to last for until I lose one, basically. You know, you get a good solid fucking riding season, 6-8 months out of them, no problem. I usually lose one by the time, you know, they wear out, but either way. And they work. And are they the most fashionable things? No, because chances are they're going to be some sort of a tan color, and everybody seems to like black, you know. They're going to have some sort of writing on them, like mine will say Tillman's or whatever. And, I mean, they're not sexy, but they fucking work. And
That's
they're fucking
all you
cheap.
care about, man.
They work, they cheap. So, yeah, if you need gear, if you're a new rider, or even if you're an experienced rider and you've never worn safety gear in your life, but you're getting to that age where you're like, maybe I should start thinking about wearing some shit, dude. Get a helmet that's relatively comfortable, because every helmet, if you're not used to wearing a helmet, it's going to feel weird, you know. Get a cheap helmet. Get a cheap fucking helmet, you know. Get one that's $50, $100. Chances are it's going to save your life just as much as the $500 helmet's going to save your life.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it might not be as comfortable, it might not be as cool looking, it might not have the same ergonomics, but it's going to save your fucking life just as much as the $500 helmet's going to save your life.
Do you know what's going to save your life more, I think, for the new rider?
Not crashing.
Not crashing. And how do you accomplish that? By riding and gaining experience. So, I mean, if the bike is sitting in your fucking garage and you're going, well, it might rain today, so I don't want to ride. Well, what the fuck, man? What'd you buy it for then?
Well, and it's also experience, man. I mean, let's say, okay,
It is experience. That's a good point.
well, let's say a lot of new riders, they're getting their license through some sort of a course, right?
Those courses run rain or shine.
Mm-hmm. And they run inside a parking lot, and you barely go, what, maybe 25?
Yep.
25 miles an hour?
Yep. Unless you get on a track, there's not much those courses can do to really get you ready than experience on the road.
I have never heard of anybody really going on a track. I mean, they'll go on there was one here in Wisconsin. It was at it's in the Elkhorn area. There's a small track, for motorcycle racing. I mean, it's not like,
There's one right near my house.
it's not like Road America. Well, you're talking about Blackhawk Farms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mile from my house.
Well, this one's over by the Burlington area. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but there's a track, right? And I think they go on it, but they only do about 25, 30. I mean, that's as fast as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you go through that course, which, by the way, I'm not saying there's a bad thing about those courses. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do them. What I'm saying is, just because you do the written test, just because you do the safety course and you get that M endorsement on your license, does not make you an experienced motorcycle rider. Not by any. It just means that you can legally ride your motorcycle.
That's right.
So, my recommendation, if you're a person who goes through the course and that's how you got your license, and before you got your license, you didn't have much experience on the road. Because I don't know everywhere, but in Wisconsin, if you have your motorcycle temps, you can ride during the day with a helmet on, and you're good to go.
Yep.
Just you can go anywhere and do anything you want. You can't ride at night unless you have a person with 2 years or more.
2 years or more
Of
experience.
having an M endorsement on their license.
Yep.
But you got to wear a helmet, and you got to. Okay. So unless you're doing a bunch of riding on the street before you get it, and I mean, most people don't. Most people don't do it. They might go out once in a while during the day, ride around town with by themselves or maybe with a friend. They don't usually fuck around on the highway, and if they do fuck around on the highway, it's not for very long, and they're staying out of populated areas, which is a good idea. If you're not used to riding motorcycles, the last thing you want to do is get on the fucking interstate on rush hour.
That's true.
You're gonna lose your fucking mind.
And your wrist from
You're gonna panic.
You're gonna panic.
The first time you fucking go from, say, 75 to 0 because somebody jammed on their brakes because some other asshole was cutting them off, and you have to fucking grab all your fucking brakes, and your bike starts fucking moving in directions you didn't plan on it moving. You're probably gonna freak the fuck out, shit your pants, and never want to ride a motorcycle
There
again.
is no course in the world that can show you that feeling of a semi trying to suck you underneath it as you go by than actually going by a semi and having it trying to suck you underneath it.
That's very true.
Or
that wobbling you get when you get too fucking close to one, just as you're about to pass it.
Yeah, because you're in there.
Right when you get out of that fucking.
Oh man, that sheer area. Oh, and
the draft.
And then once you get out of it, then
our
boom, you get hit.
Oh yeah, and you throw.
Oh yeah, man. It'll make until you get used to it, and I don't know if you really ever do, but it'll make your butt pucker. That's for damn sure.
So my point is, once you get that M on your license, if you went the route of I went through a course, doesn't make you an expert. Take it fucking easy.
Yeah.
Just take it easy. Don't go out there and go, oh man, I just got my M endorsement. It's time for me to ride across the country.
Yeah, no.
It's time for me to get out there and see the world.
You got a lot of nerve endings to kill on your ass, brother, before you get the stamina to do that.
Or just the experience.
The experience, yeah.
Because let's face facts, most of us, when we start riding, we're used to the roads around us.
Yeah, well, you start in your neighborhood, and then you move around the neighborhood,
right?
And it's around the city.
You're in a 50-mile radius of where you live.
Yeah.
Chances are you've been there long enough where you're familiar with the areas. You don't even think about shit.
You know the potholes.
You know where the potholes are. You know how the road curves. You know how the surface is.
Yep.
You start riding across the country, I guarantee you're going to run into surprises.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been in other states where whoever designed that fucking road was fucking with people. Whoever designed this road must have been fucking with people because it makes no fucking sense on how it works.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, you go to those fucking switchbacks where the fucking banking is actually the opposite way you would want it to be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like, Jesus
Well, yeah.
Christ.
I mean, how many roads you get on you haven't been before, and it's like you're getting into the twisties,
Mhm.
and you're coming around that turn, going to the right, and it just wants to slingshot you right into oncoming traffic.
Exactly. And it's not like you're going to be warned about it.
No.
It's not like there's a sign that says, oh, by the way, this corner's fucking weird. Don't
No.
die.
Yeah.
You know?
And don't try to turn your motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lean it, push it.
Right. I mean, there's
Please.
a section of road out
But
here.
you will panic.
Yeah. Well, there's a section of highway, and it's concrete, and for whatever reason, when they laid the concrete, they went straight, like straight across in a corner. So when you go through it at speed on a motorcycle, it starts giving it one of these deals. It makes it unsettled because the grooves in the concrete are wanting to go this way, where your motorcycle's trying to go that way.
Yep.
And it just gets you unsettled. And I've known a lot of guys who are very inexperienced, and they take it too fast because the speed limit's like 65, and let's be honest, most of us are doing about 75 in those corners. And if you hit that corner doing 75 on two wheels, that bike's going to start getting a little bit of that wobble, depending upon which type of bike you're on.
And how do you recover from that?
And if you panic and try to straighten up, and you're in a corner, or God forbid you decide to jam on the brakes as hard as you fucking can in the middle of a wobble, it could end badly for you. I've known a couple of people that went down over that.
Yeah.
But
all sorts. I mean, shit can fly off of trucks in front of you, cars in front of you. I've had rocks go skipping by my head. I had a rock hit me in the cheek just yesterday.
yeah, birds.
Yeah, bird. Had a hummingbird. Yeah.
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 You know,
He was surprised.
I watched a brother damn near get taken out by a crow who was eating some sort of roadkill next to the road.
And it flew up.
And it decided to fly up. And I don't know if you've ever seen a crow take off. They don't exactly take off with the quickness like a sparrow.
Well, they're huge.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I mean, not
Well, they're pretty big. They ain't a blue jay. It's not a sparrow.
I've never had it happen to me, but on a motorcycle. But I've, out here in the Midwest, we'll see eagles or turkey vultures or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And those birds are huge. And if they're snacking on some roadkill next to a road and you're coming down the road, it's only happened to me in a car. I once had an eagle, a bald eagle, right? America. And he was snacking on whatever fucking roadkill was on the side of the road. And I'm coming, and I was about maybe 100 yards before I hit him, and he went to go take off, and I had to jam on the brakes because he couldn't get up in the air fast enough. And that's a big bird when you see him up close.
Mm-hmm.
Those eagles, man, I don't know what their wingspan is, but it's a big bird.
I've had them take off in front of me before too. It's the coolest thing. Yeah, with a big, like 4 or 5 foot wingspan on it. Yeah, big talons that can pick your dog up. Yeah. Well, here's another thing too. You get out.
Before we get any further,
sure.
Are these those off-brand Cubans?
Yeah.
Because I have a hell of a time keeping it lit.
Some are good, some are bad.
I see. It tastes good.
Yeah, they do taste good.
It tastes good, but people are probably wondering if I'm hitting a bowl or something, because unless they're watching this, they're like, why does he keep using a lighter?
Yeah, man, they're gonna figure out it's a blunt, man. Come on.
It's a big fucking blunt.
Yeah, right. We grow our own here in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wisconsin ditchweed. If you smoke enough of it, you'll die.
After a while though, you start to build up intuitions too. I was riding with Brother O the other day, and we're going up and down the hills and stuff, and he's riding ditch, I'm riding zipper, but on those country roads, you really shouldn't be side by side. And he started looking at me, just sort of sitting up in the air, looking up over my windscreen, up over the hills, because I felt it. I just felt it. I'm like, there's something coming. And my radar went off, and sure as shit, man, that second bump we came, and there's a car coming right at me. So suddenly we're, merge over. He lets me go in front, but I felt it. And then that'll happen. But you don't get that unless you do just hundreds of thousands of miles and then gain experience.
Well, and that's just it. First of all, anybody who says they're a master fucking motorcycle rider, you don't master. First of all, a master, there ain't that many masters of anything out there. And just as soon as you think you know everything there is to ride motorcycles, and that you're invincible, and that there's no way you'll ever go down,
you're going down.
You'll crash. As soon as you stop respecting that bike,
You got that right.
You're going down. I know we probably talked about this before and we beat it like a dead horse, but
It's a reason for it.
there's a reason for it, man. You can't. I mean, I've known guys that have been riding forever. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
Take Pops.
take Pops.
Pops, if you ever look back in our catalog, and we talked to Pops. He's an old school motorcycle tramp,
Yeah,
and
since '72.
yeah, 72 is when he started riding. So do the math on that, and you know, shit happens. You know, you go around a corner you didn't expect the corner to be the way that it was. Something pulls out in front of you. Deer. Yeah, fucking. Well, if you live in the Midwest, that's a real fucking problem.
That is a ruts coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, that's when they get all crazy because they got to breed, and you'll get 200-pound plus horses from the fucking woods come flying out of ditches for no goddamn reason.
Oh yeah, a couple of doe run across the road, and you better slow down because there's going to be a fucking grunting bull, big buck coming over, man, chasing him, and he ain't worried about you. He's thinking about pussy.
Yep, you can have that. You could be flashing your lights, revving the shit out of your bike, making all the noise in the world, and he does not fucking care.
No. I've had that happen so many times. And the majority of it happened close to my house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a mile from the house, or 2 blocks from the house one time.
Mm-hmm.
Big buck runs right out in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
The bike I'm on right now, the day I took it home when Chop and I rebuilt it, friggin' deer ran right down over here, man.
Yep.
Turn on the county D and boom, big deer went right in front of me. I got to lock them up, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, man. Just because you got that M endorsement, you rode around orange cones and parking lot, and you got your certification, doesn't make you experienced enough to just be, oh, I know what I'm doing.
Well,
no, you don't.
Here's my, you know, I got a good dose of humility when I first learned to drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get my license. Dad's in the car. He's sitting in the back. I'm me and the driving instructor, and we're going along. The instructor's got me doing one thing I've never done before when I was driving. So we get this back road on the back side of the airport, and he says, all right, now I want you to, you know, stay in the lane. I just want you to put in reverse and drive straight back. Well, I'm in traffic, for fuck's sake. There's nobody around.
Yeah.
But as soon as I start going up in reverse, some car comes up in the other direction. You know, meanwhile, I can't keep it straight, and so I go in the other lane. That one has to go around me. My dad's just melting down in the back thinking, oh, he's not going to get his license. He's not going to get his license. Makes me nervous as all fuck, of course, you know. And we finally get back to the place, and he leans over, signs my paper, hands me my license, and he says, here's your license. Now go learn to drive.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a fucking true story.
Yeah.
Now go learn to drive. And it's exactly what you're talking about, brother, with riding a motorcycle.
Well,
and you're right. You'll never be an expert.
Well, and
you
that's
will
why,
always be learning.
Exactly. And that's why when you get a regular driver's license when you're a teenager, it's probationary.
Yeah.
Because they're like, all right, you can drive a car on the road by yourself, but
however,
we don't trust you yet.
and
we don't trust you yet.
And if you fuck up real good, we're going to take it from you.
Yeah.
Until you turn 18.
Yeah, we'll give you some time to think about it.
Give you some time to think about what you did.
Right.
But I mean, you know, how far when you're in traffic, right? You're chilling around. Do you get close to people, or do you keep a couple of seconds between you and the car or whatever's in front of you?
Yes.
No, be honest.
Well, I typically don't ride anybody's ass.
Right.
You know, typically.
Especially in a bike.
Well, yeah, especially on a bike. And I like to have a bubble in case I got to go around shit.
Right.
You know, like a car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or whatever. A person. I've ridden downtown Chicago, man. You get those fucking assholes that just decide, I'm going to walk right now.
Ooh.
And you're doing like 15, 20 because of traffic, and you'll get some fucking secretary in her fucking, you know, work outfit and her gym shoes. Fucking, I got to sprint across the street as fast as possible.
Tapping on her phone.
Yeah.
You know?
Not even paying attention.
Not even paying attention.
And you got to, oh shit, I got to stop.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Some fucking asshole decides, well, see, here's okay. So what I like to do is I don't like to keep more than half a car length in front of me and the car in front of me. And here's why. Because you'll get those fucking assholes that want your lane. And they won't use their turn signal, they'll just jump on over.
Jump right over and yeah.
You know, especially if you're riding in their blind spot. I try not to ride in cars blind spot, which is like, you know, just past their rear wheel.
Would that be the reason that motorcyclists oftentimes will hot dog around people in traffic?
Yeah, because we don't want to get ran the fuck over.
That's right.
That's
right. So we're not really hot dogging, we're staying safe.
Well, not only that, but
Wow,
the reason
what
why
a concept.
reason why lane splitting is so popular in California is people would not be paying attention and rear end and fuck up people on motorcycles.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was that viral video not too long ago where that fucking woman in a minivan that had a motorcycle pinned to the front of her car going down the fucking interstate.
Yes.
Over some fucking road rage incident. Probably didn't fucking see him stop because of traffic, hit him, and then just decided, well, I'm going to go, and it was pinned to her fucking
She was a
minivan.
nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Texas.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason for, I mean, we're in danger out there because motorcycles are dangerous, you know? So I get it that, especially in the sport bike world, that they get shit on for causing problems on the highways by racing around and doing whatever. And okay, fine. But everybody's young. Everybody does crazy shit. But for the most part, man, we as bikers, we ride defensively.
Yes.
We ride like every asshole's out trying to get us.
Every asshole's out to kill you.
Yeah, every asshole's out to kill you because chances are every asshole's out to kill you.
Yeah.
You know? Kind of beat this topic to death.
And well, it's a good topic. No, and that's not necessarily true, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to reach, a younger biker maybe that,
Yeah.
somebody new, somebody fresh wants to know what the fuck,
Yeah, but chances are they're going to hear us and tell us, shut up, old man, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well.
That's what I would have said at that age.
Enjoy that halo fucking thing that when they put the screws in your head and you can't move your neck for a while.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of curious. Like, I want to have your thoughts on this, and we're going to fucking shift gears.
Ooh, shifting gears.
And judging by how long this podcast has been going, half of you have already tuned off anyway.
That's true, actually.
What do you think about those guys on the social media that talk about how they're one percenters, but they're not in a motorcycle club? It's always like this. I would never be in a motorcycle club because I am too independent, but I am a one percenter.
I always encourage them, and sometimes I'll actually give them the website where they can buy the patch that says 1%er.
Yeah.
And I encourage them to sew it somewhere onto their vest.
Well, I'm curious.
I do.
I don't know where. I get what they're saying. I understand what they're saying. They're saying that they have that outlaw mentality, or that rebel mentality, where they don't give a fuck about society, and they don't give a fuck about the rules, and they're going to do what they want to do. Okay, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and say that you aren't that person. But why do they use the term one percenter? You know what I mean? Like, why do you need to use that term? Are you trying to prove to everybody that you're just as hardcore as, say, a one percenter in a motorcycle club?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to argue that you're fucking not. And I'm not going to sit here and say what one percenters do or what makes them one percenters because I'm not one. So I don't have any room to fucking talk about what makes them who they are.
Never tried to be one.
Right. But
I know plenty of them.
yeah. But what I will say is that one percenters in the one percenter world and the one percenter bike, motorcycle club culture, biker world, however you want to describe it, they are who they are because they've been through what they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've never joined a one percenter motorcycle club, if you have never probated / prospect / hung around / been through the rope or been through the ringer with one, then you really can't call yourself one.
No, you sure
Just say you're a badass. Just say I'm a rebel. I'm a fucking hardcore fucking rebel.
Yeah.
I'm a badass gear jamming scooter tramp. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're not a one percenter because you're not in a one percenter motorcycle club.
Yeah.
That shit drives me fucking nuts.
There's a lot of that going on out there in the interwebs, isn't there?
Yeah. It's like you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Let me put it to you like this: if you're sitting there and you're on your fucking social media page or a social media fucking website that you happen to subscribe to, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. I don't even know what TikTok is, but I don't know if bikers are on TikTok. There's a biker TikTok following. Let us know. Should we get one? I don't even have a TikTok account. China runs TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
That's why Uncle Donnie doesn't want us to use it anymore.
Well, then maybe we'll buy a couple of Suno brutes. We'll pay $1,000 each The Chinese motorcycle. With a 250cc motor. It looks just like a panhead,
Just like motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's a good motorcycle.
Oh, yeah, as long as you tighten up every 5 miles.
Very good motorcycle. Anyways, but was that racist?
No, I
Did
don't
I
think.
just do a racist thing?
Nah, fuck it.
Fuck
At
it,
this
I don't
point in
care.
time,
What
I
are you
don't
gonna do?
know.
Beat me up in the comments.
I don't know. There's enough people doing white people impressions out there,
Yep.
I've been doing a white person impression now for going on 58 years.
Wow, really?
Yep.
That's our thing. We can do that.
Evidently.
But yeah, it just drives me fucking insane that you get these they're older guys. They're older guys. They're guys in your age. But I'm just saying, like, they're older guys. They should fucking know better.
Yeah.
They should fucking this shit isn't fucking hard to figure out.
Well, we get people that watch. We actually do have people that see it through the end. I know because some of the comments that they make.
Well,
it shows that they
talking about my mom.
No, your mom's our biggest fan.
Probably. And Vito apparently watches these still.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I know. We got a couple of fans.
Josh
Phillips. Yeah, he's going to be our first link up.
Yeah, the hardest working admin.
Yeah, he's good, man. Josh keeps that page going, man.
But I mean, it never seems to fail.
Yeah.
It never seems to fucking fail. If there is a fucking post about motorcycle clubs, especially 1%er motorcycle
There's
clubs,
going to be 100 guys that are going to get on there.
there's at least one.
At least
One. There's going to be this dude that's
Yeah, but the 99 will chime in praise of it.
or personally, what I love to see are these dudes that are not in a motorcycle club but support one.
Oh yeah, well now suddenly they're a member.
Not only that, but they will defend the fucking motorcycle club to the bitter fucking end, to the point where they're just like, fuck you, man. If I ever see you, you're fucking dead. Dude,
Yeah.
relax. Relax.
Yeah, they forget that Facebook is for entertainment.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it was an actual public platform, do you think that Facebook would have fact checkers? I had to tell a joke,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Well, it's just, I mean, the reason why we're talking about social media is because we're pretty much doing social media right now.
Yeah, that's
YouTube
true.
is social media.
Sure.
Podcasts are
Yeah.
social media. Nobody's paying us to doing this. Dirty Fits, though. Dirty Fits.
Dirty Fits
For all
that's
your
right.
apparel needs. Dirty Fits at dirtyfits.com.
And they will actually be on one of our shows.
Coming up sooner or later. They'll be out here
Next week.
next week. Maybe not the next podcast, but it's coming. Don't worry about it.
We got a special 2 podcasts coming at you.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shit in fucking works.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Secret shit.
It'll be a shit show.
Yeah, we're gonna have some how-to videos.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the podcast. Just gonna be us in our own little worlds, showing you how to do things.
And we're going to try to reach out to more of the ladies in the world. So all you strippers out there, we want to talk to you.
Exotic dancers.
Thank you, exotic dancers.
Adult entertainment industry.
Yeah, that's important to support the arts.
They support us.
Yeah.
But no, I forgot where I was going with this.
No, you're
Once
just
you
talking about
started going down
I had
the,
you at strippers.
yeah,
Is that what it was?
sorry, you got the brain going in another direction.
Yeah, that'll happen.
That's all right. We'll reel it back.
Yeah, we'll get
But
there. Somewhere,
The reason why we're
somehow.
talking about the do's and don'ts of social media is not so much to tell people what to do. It's just so much to be like, yeah, we see what you're saying and what you're doing, and we think you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think any dude's a badass that comes on there and says, I may not be in a motorcycle club, but I'm a 1%er. I automatically think you're a fucking moron. I automatically am like, yep, that dude's a fucking idiot. That dude probably doesn't even fucking own a motorcycle, and if he does, it probably hasn't seen the light of day in 10 fucking years.
Yeah, he bought one support shirt.
Yeah, he buys one set of tires every decade.
Oh God.
You know, or you don't have to announce that you're coming to an open house.
Yeah.
On your I'm going to an MC's open house, so look out. Open houses are for everybody.
That's
so
right. That's
everybody
why
can
they're
come to an open house.
In fact,
Typically.
and typically the club is going to be on their best behavior at the open house.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not exactly hardcore, or you're not exactly one hardcore badass fucking supporter because you're going to an open house because it's an open house.
Yeah.
It's in the name, open house.
Well, I don't know. The people, they show their ass real quick on social media.
Dude, motorcycle clubs were the envy of some and the ridicule of others.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of us, some people out there think that motorcycle clubs are so amazingly awesome. I agree. And there's others out there that think everybody in a motorcycle club's a dumb fuck and they should just do their own thing and no masters and blah, blah, blah. Hey, that's your thing, not ours. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you 100% of the time. I get it. It looks like, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
If you're in a motorcycle club, you might see an independent guy doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, riding wherever the fuck he wants to ride. And yeah, that could be more attractive because maybe you don't feel like doing the event that your club is doing, or maybe you don't feel like going to the thing your club is going to, and you're kind of just going along, gritting your teeth, like, fuck, I guess I'll go. I get it, right? Independency has its perks.
Yeah.
But nothing beats the brotherhood of the MC.
That's right.
At the end of the fucking day, that brotherhood of the MC it means more than you'll know unless you're in an MC.
I couldn't possibly explain it to you unless you were.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. I guess I could explain it to you.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand. There'd be no context.
I guess, if you were in, like, say, law enforcement, or if you're in the military, or if you're a firefighter, a fraternity, if you're in some sort of organization where brotherhood is expected of the members in that organization, then yeah, you would understand what I'm talking about. But if you're just, I'm a lone wolf, badass, don't need anybody kind of dude, then I can't fucking explain it to you. You never fucking get it. And maybe we should just fucking agree to disagree.
Yeah, if you find yourself buying that lone wolf no club patch, wearing it, and then seeking out others wearing the same lone wolf no club patch and trying to form a union, aren't you kind of defeating the purpose of the patch that's on your back?
Not too long ago, there was that fucking picture that was floating around Facebook or Instagram and other things where it was two guys and it said property of no one.
Yeah, I saw that.
That might be the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
On so many different levels.
First of all, if you're a dude and you have something that says property of on it, you have already fucked up.
Yeah, you might as well get your fucking tramp stamp of a butterfly and stick it right above your ass.
You have already fucked up.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and you want to know how people would know that you're not in a motorcycle club? If that's your thing, I don't want people to think I'm in a motorcycle club. Yeah, don't wear a patch on your back. If there's no patch on your back, then nobody's gonna think you're in one.
Yeah, that's true.
Which brings me to my next point. If you're not in a motorcycle club, but you start wearing patches that looks like you are in a motorcycle club because,
what?
Lone wolf, or you got a top rocker, you got a bottom rocker, you got this super cool fucking patch in the middle, and you're not in a motorcycle club, you're a poser, and you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Just so you know. We all think that.
That's actually very true. We make fun of you, actually.
All the goddamn time.
All the time.
All the goddamn time.
We cartoon on your ass, man.
I will take your money at our bar and thank you for stopping out.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're wearing a vest like that, as soon as you turn around, I'll be like, fucking retard.
I'll sell you the shirt and thank you for the support. I'll sell you the koozie.
Yeah, thank you for your support, but you look like an asshole.
You look like an asshole.
Just be you. Don't try to look like any, and don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about hog member people.
No, not at all. It's
or
good
riding
people out
clubs.
There.
No.
Good people there too.
Exactly. But if you're not in an organization of any way, shape, or form, you're just a dude, and you try to design patches, maybe not, or arrange patches on your back where it's clear that you're trying to look like something you're not, you're an asshole.
Or you bought that store-made, ready-bought vest full of the flash patches.
Everybody knows that you're born to ride.
Born to ride.
You don't need a patch on your back that says born to ride with an eagle and the flag.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus, dude.
Let's see. Okay, so you bought your motorcycle in 2007, and now you're selling it here. It's 2019, and it's got 6,000 miles on it.
2020.
No, I'm saying if you
I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying if there's like a 12-year gap in there, and you bought it new, and you put 6,000 fucking miles on it, you're a joke.
The fact that you can go on whatever fucking website that sells motorcycles, and you'll see Harleys out there that are 5, 10 years old with
Yeah.
less than 10,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
The fact that you can find a lot of those bikes says that a lot of people are full of shit.
Yeah.
Full of shit.
I tell you what, and if you're picking up that bike that's that old with that few miles on it, don't think that it's a well-maintained motorcycle, because it isn't necessarily. It might be, it might not be. You don't know how
Yeah.
long some of that shit's been sitting, because they just might be going, nah, it's been fine. It's been
Mhm.
fine. Nah, there's enough tread on that tire. It's only 5 years old, but there's enough tread on that tire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? You can now pound nails with that tire. It's so fucking hard. And as soon as you're going to go from hot weather and then it's going to rain,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going for a ride.
And, you know, buy those bikes, have them checked out by a professional, you know, whether it's the dealership you bought it from or just take it to a local shop, because local shops usually will give you a better price and their service is usually
Yeah,
just
their
as
labor
good,
is
if not
usually
better.
about $25 an hour less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paying for the sign out front at the dealerships. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, but if it's that guy's garage and he's charging you, a third of the cost in labor, well then how safe are you going to feel on that motorcycle? Reason I say that is because I showed you that.
Or are you talking about my buddy can do it cheaper guy?
My buddy can do it cheaper.
My
guy.
buddy can do, yeah.
And Josh Phillips will know this too. He and I are on
Yeah.
this. We're on this site for Evos,
Hmm.
and there was that motherfucker on there. I showed you the pictures.
Well,
And he's trying to say that some guy lugged his motor at third gear at 30 miles an hour in 15 minutes and blew a piston up.
yeah, that's impossible. It's not going to happen.
It's because he was trying to blame it on the guy. I mean, you were the idiot that put it together. You did something wrong.
Yeah, when you turn your fucking your rod into an S,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not from lugging your motorcycle. That's from
Yeah.
something coming the fuck apart and that rod getting shoved into something.
Yeah, the rod with the good pistons bent into an S, and then the
Yeah.
other one's blowing up in the bottom of the valve.
I don't know if you
the
left
bottom of the head.
and you got going down the road. Chances are something broke. And chances
Probably,
are
yeah.
it's your fault.
Yeah,
Whoever put it together, it's your fucking fault.
It wasn't from lugging a motor.
I mean, I've lugged a motor before, you know, where
Oh hell yeah!
maybe had one or too many adult beverages and tried to take off from a fucking red light, and I was in third gear, and there was maybe cars behind me, so I'm doing the ride the clutch and give it gas and
Oh,
try
yeah,
to nurse
yeah.
it so I didn't look like too much of a fucking moron.
Right.
And
And
yeah,
that happens.
yeah, and I didn't explode a piston. Just so
No,
you know, never
no.
exploded a piston doing that.
No.
It almost looked like either a timing issue where they had it super fucking lean and it pre-detonated like crazy, and the piston let go and it just ate itself apart that way, or almost maybe like a nitrous situation perhaps.
Either way, it wasn't an operator error.
No, it wasn't an operator. It was definitely either a really, really, really bad fucking tuning situation, which, by the way, circling back to our tuning, or talking about jets, too lean will cause a bigger fucking problem than
Then too rich. That's for damn sure.
However,
However,
too rich can also wash down your fucking cylinders and fuck your goddamn cylinder walls up, so be careful.
You got to find that happy balance.
You gotta find what it's. There's a formula out there,
There
and
sure
you always
is.
want to go up 2 jet sizes. Don't go up just 1 jet size.
Yeah.
Go up 2 jet sizes.
Yeah.
Okay? Because chances are that's what you're going to have to do any damn way. So
Yeah, and how many times you want to be in and out of that damn thing?
right. And most jet kits for whatever carburetor you have will give you, like, if you have this, run these jets.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
be in the package.
Yeah, usually, and most of the performance muffler, places you buy performance pipes from, they'll have a setup sheet here. This runs best with this if you're running this carburetor.
Right.
You're running that fuel injector, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, they'll tell you how to set it up.
But I suppose we should probably. We're getting close to an hour here, and
I guess
all 6 people are probably already tuned out, so it's just us talking.
And just to let you all know, I mean, this is normal shit from Dirty and I. Yeah, we'll do this here on the camera. We put microphones in front of us, but I can guarantee you, we did all this shit before. We do it over the phone. Well,
Yeah.
it's just Dirty and Tank talking to each other, man.
Well, and it's
It's
just
all.
our opinions.
It is.
Don't get your panties in a bunch. If you're one of these 1% or non-motorcycle club guys out there, they're gonna get all mad now.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know my story. I
Well,
don't give a fuck.
Well, come on here and tell it.
You go out there and you can tell our story. You could talk to us in the comments about how you're so fucking badass, but you're not in a motorcycle club, and you never would be, but you're so badass. Well, prove it.
That's fine. Whatever. You
Yeah,
know?
don't prove it. Don't care.
Don't really fucking care.
But I'm still gonna think you're full of shit.
And that's, you know, that's your
And if
opinion.
you don't give a fuck about my opinion, then I guess we really don't have anything to talk
Well,
about.
there you go. It's pretty simple out there when you think about it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Well, you know, I guess we could wrap it up for right now. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna go on a fucking try to figure out how to keep this damn cigar lit.
That's okay. You have to smoke it.
I'm
You
trying.
gotta, actually, you know what happens sometimes at the end? If you sort of, at the very end, sort of twirl it a little, it gets a
Oh,
little,
I see what you're
gets a
saying.
little gummed up.
I got you.
Yeah, and any pot smokers out there will tell you the resins, you know, get in the way. You got to kind of clean them out, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, but sorry, pot smoking reference for all you non-pot smokers out there. Well, you know, I don't fucking care either.
drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad. That's
Okay,
right. Sex
yeah.
is bad. Drugs are bad. So,
Do it all.
you know, guess what? You know, people have sex. That's why the human race keeps on, you know, proliferating. Because people have sex.
That worked.
Yeah, there you go.
There
See?
you go.
There you go. Hey,
There you
we
go. That'll
we
be
fi-
our. That should be a fucking dude. You know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to have like a cigar segment
Ooh.
where you just talk about cigars and give reviews.
Oh.
Any cigar people out there that want to send cigars into the Bikers Lifestyle podcast,
Who aren't Vito.
who aren't or is Vito.
No, Vito's got good cigars.
You know what you
actually.
could do is you and him could do like a segment of just you break out like all these cigars and you talk about
Ooh.
how good they are
Yeah.
and where they came from.
And I bet he could talk a lot more about it than I can.
He's very
He's very
like knowledgeable when
he
it
is
comes to
very,
cigars.
very, yeah.
I've been to
he's-
cigar bars with him.
He's a font of knowledge.
He's a yes.
A font. Like that? Am I use of that word? It's like a single fountain is a font. It's a font of knowledge.
Well, I'm not a cigar smoker,
Well-
so I don't know words like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get you out of your pain here, folks, and just remember the most dangerous fucking part in a motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to your handlebars. Later.
Yep.